Is it time to sell all of your cryptocurrencies? Try to buy back for less later? Well, there's definitely a lot of heavy things weighing on the market right now. The stock markets are looking pretty rubbish. There's all the macro stuff we've been talking about for the last few weeks here on the channel. So in today's video, I want to dive into this topic of trying to time the market, as well as taking, of course, a look at the charts and some of the other things that have been happening in crypto. My name is Lark. Every day I make videos talking about cryptocurrency investing. If you like that topic, like staying up to date with what's happening, little tap on the thumbs up button. Let me know you do appreciate that. Would be, well, pretty gosh darn nice. Thank you very much. By the way, every single week my team and I make Wealth Mastery. It's a cryptocurrency investor report. We talk about NFTs, DeFi, altcoin reviews, a whole host of other awesome stuff to try to give you an edge in this market. Use the link down below where you can sign up for free. Now, let's take a quick look at the charts. I don't want to spend too much time on the charts, just a little quick peek. So this is actually the 3-day chart here for Bitcoin. You can see, obviously, today's been pretty dramatic. We have had, some pretty big price movements coming all the way down to $37,700. That is within $200 of the March lows from mid-March right back here before, of course, we got that nice little pump that did come in. I missed that pump. That was a good one. Anyway, we're still technically in a higher low situation, but man, the markets are looking rocky at the moment. Our correlation to the equity markets does continue at this point. And why am I looking at the 3-day chart? Because the 3-day chart, we have got another death cross coming up here. So we had our death cross on the 1-day charts a while ago. We have it coming up for the 3-day charts here pretty soon at this rate. Going to happen in the next few days. Now, the last few times that we had a death cross on the 3-day charts was bad. Let's just say that. It was bad. We had very big corrections that came into the market after those death cross happened on the 3-day charts. Not saying that's definitively what is going to happen this time. These death cross or golden cross indicators are not always the best indicators in terms of saying this is definitely what's going to happen. Basically, a death cross is just saying the market's been rubbish for a while now, and it may continue being rubbish for a bit, but it doesn't necessarily mean that there's going to be a gigantic sell-off or something like that. Just that we are in a rough patch for the market, and that rough patch is continuing, basically. Obviously, I would like to see the price of Bitcoin hold here, but I think with all the macro uncertainty going on, that could be a lot to ask for Bitcoin. And if we do lose $37,500, this cute little line of support here, well, then that means that we are now putting in lower lows. This potential uptrend here could be over. So hopefully, of course, we hold there, but, I do have an order in at $37,500 to buy some more Bitcoin. I am continually stacking Bitcoin. I have been since we first crossed under $42,500. I will continue doing that for some time. I think as long as we're trading under the 200-day moving average, I'm going to keep buying regular amounts of Bitcoin, right? I'm lucky to have cash flows coming in from different sources, whether that be from YouTube or the newsletter, or of course, from all the different stuff I'm doing in DeFi. I mean, Anchor alone, the app over on Terra, is, providing steady income to buy Bitcoin with on a weekly basis. Setting up those cash flow opportunities allows you to continue to accumulate through these kinds of market situations. Anyway, $37,500, that is the next buy order I have in for Bitcoin. If that one gets filled, well, then I will reassess things, because that means we have either just touched or perhaps failed to hold the key support at $37,500. And if we fail to hold that and we blast right through that line of support, then I start looking, okay, we're in lower lows situations. We could be going lower. Where am I going to start layering in those buy orders for more Bitcoin? And look, it's going to be a fun week. We saw Google's Alphabet Q1 profits dropping by more than $1 billion compared to 2021. Just keep it straight here, though. They still made a truckload of money, just a little bit less money than last year, which the market lost their minds and freaked out, and price went down by like 5%, which is a pretty damn big move for such a big stock like this. So market is really overreacting to these kinds of stories, and we do have a lot of earnings reports coming in this week. So this is from Benzinga. They are laying out a list here of all the companies that we have earnings reports coming out for the rest of the week. Lots of big tech stocks on here. Facebook, for example, will be the big one to watch tomorrow. PayPal as well, Spotify, Amazon, Apple, coming in later in the week. So a lot of very big companies, particularly tech companies, that could really shake the markets. So let's keep an eye out on this stuff, because remember, as we've talked about at great length and looked at all the charts and stuff like that, right now, crypto is trading as a proxy for tech stocks. So when tech stocks get slammed, crypto gets slammed right along with it. For whatever reason, many market participants are looking at crypto as basically just a higher octane version of tech stocks right now, which is disappointing to a certain extent for me. Come on, man. Bitcoin, you were the chosen one. What are you doing, man? What are you doing? Follow along with tech stocks now, Bitcoin? Come on, dude. You were supposed to be our inflation hedge. This is your time to shine, Bitcoin. Instead, you're following tech stocks down. What's going on, dude? Anyway, that is what is happening right now. So, this brings us to the question: should you sell and buy back later? Well, I did this highly scientific poll over here on Twitter. Is Bitcoin going to go under $30,000? 1 in 3 people say yes. 15% of people had the definitively right answer, don't care, just continuing to stack sats anyway. 51% of people say that no, Bitcoin is not going to go under $30,000. Now, there's always that saying, well, the majority is usually wrong. Is that going to be the situation here? Don't know, but it's definitely some food for thought for you looking at the market right now, where slightly over half the people don't think that Bitcoin is going to go under $30,000. So that's something to think about. But what if we do? Or what if we go down to $30,000? Okay, we go down to $30,001, so we don't technically go under $30,000. So remember Arthur Hayes, the CEO of BitMEX, he came out with a great piece recently, and I did share some of his thoughts 2 weeks ago or so when he came out with this. Basically, he's saying that before Q2 ends, so sometime next month probably, we're going to see Bitcoin go down to $30,000. We're going to see Ethereum go down to $2,500. So let's say that comes true. This is what happens. Definitively. Bitcoin 30,000, Ethereum 2,500. Should you then sell now and try to buy back lower? Well, look. First off, what you do with your money, that's your business at the end of the day. I'm just commenting on what's going on here, but realistically, this may not happen. Or it could happen, or it could be worse than Arthur thinks, right? He's saying $30,000 Bitcoin. What if it goes down to $25,000? But you rebought at $30,000, then you're going, oh man, well, it's down to $25,000 now. Maybe I should sell at $25 and try to buy at $20 when it goes down to $20. Realistically, if you were trying to swing the market, the time to swing and to cash everything out was at $60,000, $50,000, $45,000. It becomes a lot harder now. So if you're going to try to sell at $38,000, for example, and try to rebuy at $30,000, there's not as much opportunity left. Oh, well, there's still obviously opportunity, right? You could increase the size of your Bitcoin stack by 15 or 20% if you get it right. The question is trying to time the market like this, again, it's not a very opportune time to do it, but if you are trying to time the market like this, what starts to psychologically happen is your discipline gets tested. You see, by the time we get down to $30,000, your perception of reality could be very, very different. We might get down to $31,000 and suddenly you change your plans. Oh, it's going to be way worse than this. I'm going to move my buy order from $30,000 down to $25,000 because it's going to be way worse than anybody expects. I'm a genius. You do that, and then guess what? At $31,000, the price starts pumping back up, and you go, well, I'm just going to wait because it's going to go back down. This is just a temporary it's a fake out. We're going to go down to $25,000 before you know it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The chance of being sidelined and having to buy back higher is very, very real. There's the old saying, time in the market is better than trying to time the market. Now, look, if you want to add to your stack, if we get down to these prices, I think that makes a lot of sense. I mean, I will definitely be buying a heck of a lot of Bitcoin if Arthur's right and we get down to $30,000, but I'm personally not super interested in trying to time the market, especially here, right? I was taking profits back in November and December when the prices were a lot higher. I was not selling my Bitcoin. I was not selling my Ethereum, but I was definitely offloading a lot of altcoins back during that time. So I do have a nice little cash stack built up from those times. And yes, I will deploy some of that if I see Bitcoin getting down to these kind of price levels again. Timing the market. Some people do it very, very well. If that's you, hats off to you. Rock it out, man, without a doubt. For most people, they're going to screw it up. They're going to let greed get the best of them, fear get the best of them. Realistically, if you think Bitcoin is going to go to $1 million one day, and I believe that that is true, then it's not making a dramatic difference whether you bought at $50,000 or $40,000 or $30,000. You're still going to be okay, regardless of what price you bought it at. So that's a simple reality to keep in mind. For most people trying to swing the market, especially now, again, if you want to swing, you should have done it at like 60K, 50K. If you're trying to swing trade now, there's a lot of risks involved in that. And I'm saying this based on my previous thoughts that the market is experiencing a lot of fear, a lot of uncertainty. Our ties to the equity markets are not looking very hot because the equity markets aren't looking very hot. I will be buying more, but I'm not personally going to be offloading my stack in order to do so. I want to share this post with you from Jeff, the CEO of TrustSwap. He said generational wealth isn't earned through buying in impulsively when the trend or sector is bullish. Generational wealth is earned through positioning in for the long term in moments of peak capitulation and fear into foundationally sound investments. The dip is your friend. Of course, we've had a lot of dips happening and there's been a lot of fear in the market and a lot of people have capitulated. We've got a lot of on-chain evidence of people who bought at $60,000 and sold at $40,000 or $30,000 over the last year for pretty rough losses, without a doubt. Remember, when you click sell, you make it real. You turn those paper losses into real hard losses instead of course, waiting hopefully for better days for your assets in the future. But this is so true. This is so true. People like to buy high and sell low. It is the unfortunate reality of human psychology. When everything's great, we want to go all in. When everything's bad, we want to sell everything and get out before losses get worse. The psychology is going to lead you in exactly the wrong direction. The real money in crypto is made accumulating during times like this. And when I say accumulating during times like this, I'm not saying run out and throw all your money in today into the market. Because you could wake up tomorrow and things will be down another 10%. You go, wow, I'm an idiot, I should sell now. Accumulate. That's what I've been doing. I have been accumulating steadily. Like I said, since $42,500, I've been buying regularly, right? Usually a few purchases a week of Bitcoin during that time. Now, I'm not purchasing huge amounts of Bitcoin in every single purchase. Nibble, 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 nibble. That is what I have been doing. And the unfortunate reality is that this price action, it's a tough time psychologically to be in the market, right? There's a lot of fear, and I get it. People are down really bad on some of their coins. If anyone's been in crypto for a few years, we've all been there before. We know exactly how you feel. And a lot of people will be washed out by this price action. But those of you who can manage to survive these tough times, who can get past your own brain and just keep buying, keep accumulating, you will achieve life-changing wealth. It doesn't happen overnight in crypto, but man, oh man, it sure does happen. It sure does happen. And look, just a final story to finish things on a positive note. So Fidelity made an announcement yesterday that now 23,000 plus US companies which use Fidelity are going to start being able to offer Bitcoin to their employees for their retirement savings. We're talking about $2.5 trillion in assets right here that are opened up to exposure to Bitcoin. That's a damn big deal. And this just comes back to my main thesis about crypto. If you're not seeing the big picture, you're going to get screwed over, man. Because the big picture for crypto's not going anywhere. It's only getting bigger. We're only seeing more and more adoption. Every single day we talk about new adoption stories. It just keeps growing. It just keeps getting bigger. And yeah, we're going through a very difficult period price-wise right now. But zoom out a little bit. Where are your cryptocurrency investments going to be in a year or 2 years or 3 years or 4 years or 5 years? Most people overestimate what they can accomplish investing in a year and dramatically underestimate what they can accomplish in 5 years or 10 years. I mean, think about this. If I told you, okay, in 5 years, you can completely change your financial destiny, become a multimillionaire, have the kind of financial freedom and financial independence that you dream of having. Would you wait those 5 years, or would you say, look, if I can't have it next week or next month, I'm not interested? Because that's what most people do in this market. They say, can't have it today, I'm out. The people who have the low time preference and can wait 5 years are going to change your life completely. Anyway, those are just my two Satoshis. Of course, you let me know what you think about any of this down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and peace out till next time.